The news came back like a storm that never really subsided. The entertainment world of South Korea is again shaken by a new commotion that is actually not new, but always manages to provoke the emotions and curiosity of the public. Netizens again brought up the proximity scandal between BTS's Jungkook and BLACKPINK's Lisa, a topic that has been discussed many times, closed, denied, but then brought up again as if there was a magnet behind the two big names. Every time a gap appears, no matter how small, there are always parties who pack it into a big issue. This time it was hotter, wilder, and more dramatic, as if the entire internet reburned the archives of the past and turned them into today's speculation. All started from an old video that suddenly went viral again on the global platform. The video shows a brief, very brief, moment in which the camera captures Jungkook turning his head towards Lisa during a major event a few years ago. Just 1 second, one reflex movement. But in the hands of netizens, the moment was like golden evidence worth dissecting, as if revealing the secrets of the world. Comments poured in, creating a flood of discussion, conspiracy theories, and even inter-fandom debates that heated up by the minute. Some claim this is no coincidence, some believe the two were once secretly close, and some laugh at how fanaticism can turn one small glance into a national issue. Behind the crowd, there were also pieces of old photos from when Jungkook and Lisa were at the same International Music Awards. They don't stand close together, don't greet each other on camera, don't even appear to have any significant interaction. However, such netizens found room to speculate freely. There are anonymous accounts that claim to know the story behind the stage, saying that the artists of the two giant groups are actually quite familiar. It's just that the company keeps their image strictly. That claim has never been proven, but it makes many people more curious. The return of this issue is getting bigger when some overseas fan bases come to add spice. They analyzed the photos, compared the camera angles, and zoomed in many times to see if Jungkook was smiling at Lisa or just looking at an empty chair. There are those who make long threads, complete with dramatic narratives as if the scandal were real, complete with their own versions of stories about how the two great idols once liked each other, or harbored feelings that could not be revealed. Such narratives are developing so fast, it's as if the public is hungry for a big story involving two global superstars. That ARMY and Blink certainly did not remain silent. The comment wars take place on various platforms. ARMY tried to dispel the rumors by pointing out that Jungkook was known to be very professional and almost never showed any special interest in anyone in public. They stressed that Jungkook often looks awkward and too focused at work, so the issue of closeness is considered far-fetched. On the other hand, some of Blink felt that this rumor was deliberately exaggerated by outsiders to divide the two big fandoms. But there are also a few who actually get carried away and play this issue for sheer fun, although not a few who end up regretting it because the debate is getting hotter. In the midst of the commotion, there were also accounts that discussed how this rumor had actually subsided several years ago. At that time, HYB and YG never made a comment, which for some people was considered a sign that something was being hidden. But for many others, the silence of the two giant agencies is proof that the rumors are not at all important to respond to. The idols of these two legendary groups are too busy with their respective careers, so there is hardly any time to think about unfounded rumors. However, it is not a netizen by name if it does not connect whatever is happening today with whatever has happened in the past. When Lisa debuted solo and Jungkook released the album Golden, some highlighted how the two were considered to show similar energy. There are those who say they have the same global star aura, so it is suitable if juxtaposed. From here comes a group of fans who match the two. While most just use imagination for fun, it still adds to the long list of reasons why this issue is always easy to come back to the surface. Now, when the old rumors are brought up again, the public seems to be divided into two. Those who are tired and just want the rumors to be buried deep, and those who actually feel entertained by this drama. The more mature fans tried to calm things down. They confirmed that Jungkook and Lisa are just two professionals in the same industry. Nothing more and nothing less. If they ever respect each other or interact for a while, that's a very natural thing. The world of entertainment is not a place where every look should be interpreted as a scandal. But the internet has never worked with such simple logic. Every conversation can turn into a theory, every theory into a rumor, and every rumor into an impromptu scandal that burns cyberspace. The same is true of Lisa and Jungkook. The more people who come to talk about it, the more people who find pieces of false evidence that are then divaralken as if real. This is what makes such rumors come to life even though they have sunk many times. I end this cacophony. One interesting point arises. Not a single official has given a response. HYBE remains silent, YG remains focused on their business, and both Jungkook and Lisa go through their respective schedules without showing any changes. It's as if the whole drama smoldering on the internet is just a shadow created by the public, while their real life is proceeding normally, away from the developed theories. The scandal will probably subside again, as has already happened many times. But one thing's for sure, as long as Jungkook and Lisa remain global icons, rumors like this will keep coming back like a never-ending wave. The entertainment world always needs stories, and the public is always looking for something to talk about. And every time the names of these two superstars appeared in the same sentence, the world seemed to explode again. In the end, it's not just about rumors. It's about how netizens can turn a small moment into a storm, how fandom can be divided by opinion, and how two figures who work hard in their fields are often victims of wild interpretations from the public. Jungkook and Lisa may never have intended to create any sensation, but the world around them continues to invent new stories endlessly. And for now, OMG Jungkook's closeness scandal with Lisa BLACKPINK is back to being the hot topic of conversation. Who knows until when before the next storm hits again. The ruckus hasn't stopped, even getting bigger after several big accounts on overseas platforms began re-uploading compilations of old moments Jungkook and Lisa attributed as if they had a secret relationship. The videos were given sensational titles such as Hidden Moments They Don't Want You to See or The Truth About Jungkook and Lisa, making many people who previously didn't care curious. Within hours, the video spread like wildfire, sparking a new wave of comments and an increasingly intense debate. Not a few viewers come without context, and then immediately believe that there is something to hide. But what's most interesting is how the public quickly constructed the narrative that the two idols' relationship was too sweet to be a coincidence. There were those who analyzed the way Lisa smiled as she passed Jungkook, even though the camera actually only captured them from a distance. There are also those who discuss how Jungkook looks a little nervous when BLACKPINK appears at certain events, even though it could be just fatigue from a busy schedule. But in the entertainment world, every little move can become a big theory. And the big theory can be very profitable for those who are hungry for engagement. On the other hand, some people started to highlight how these kinds of rumors are often used by certain parties to attract global attention, especially when one of the idols is releasing a new project. Some have alleged that the reemergence of this issue is not a coincidence,